Good afternoon, this is Todd Colvin coming to you from the floor of the CME Group. We are looking at FX, and the euro currency continues its bull run. Called middle of August, we're trading around 113. We're nearing 117.5. That's going to be first resistance. If we get above 118, I think you'll start to see it really pick up steam again. We've seen this exaggerated move. You look at the dollar reflective, it started to sell off right around the time those trade talks with China started to go south. We saw emerging markets and other non-US dollar-based currencies all start to catch a bid. The euro currency catching a bid not only because of dollar weakness, but we're also seeing some strength in other areas. But certainly from a technical perspective, we've seen a big move here. We're going to have some trouble getting through 17 and at 117.5, but look out if we do. 118 could be a breakout move. And if you look at what's happening with the ECB, are they aiding in this rally? Well, not really. They're staying the path here that look to continue to slightly tighten policy with certain, removing stimulus sort of from their buying. Likewise, they're not looking to raise rates until third quarter of next year, so it's certainly not going to happen overnight. It's slow and steady with the ECB, but they are starting to see some visible upsides, although there are some risks that remain. You look at the situation in Turkey, Germany, rumored to be looking to help give emergency loans and whatnot. That isn't true, but they do want to protect the European banks from any kind of bleeding into and out of what we're seeing in the lira. Likewise, what you see with Italy, they continue to have issues with their bonds. So there are certainly some definitely cracks in the dam that are going to need some fixing. And as the ECB continues to look at those problems, they are now on the search for a new ECB president, which will not be seated until October of next year. However, that process will begin, and there's many players, many hats in the ring, and we'll get more news on that probably after the first of the year. But again, that's another concern as ECB policy moves forward. And lastly, and probably the most important here, is the Brexit issue. We've talked about it over and over again. Theresa May of Britain has really tried to talk this thing up and has failed miserably. The euro-pound cross is at a one-year high. It seems that the no-deal odds are going up, despite the fact that the British have voted via referendum to get out of the European Union. So there are some key issues. It's like a tangled ball of yarn. It's just they keep finding more and more knots, and they're unable to get any kind of resolution. If this continues, it's going to be passed around, and likely we'll see the UK stay in the EU, at least for the time being. I think they're going to continue to push to get out, but if they have another referendum, will they get that same vote? And it seems very unlikely right now. So the euro currency bid off the pound. We're seeing it bid off the dollar, but there still are some issues that are going on behind the scenes that need some straightening out. We don't get the next ECB policy meeting until the middle of September. We'll find out more then. This is Todd Colvin coming to you from the floor of the CME Group.